The court sided with a Colorado Springs therapist who argued that ban violated her free speech. The law was passed in 2019. It bans conversion therapy for children, which multiple studies and the American Psychological Association says is harmful for kids. News 5's Allison Zimmerman brings us reaction from the bill's sponsor and the therapist at the center of the case.
Here in Pueblo County, it was one of the first counties in the state to sign same-sex marriage licenses. It's also the home of former Representative Danae Escar, who sponsored a bill banning conversion therapy for kids. The Supreme Court has now struck down that law, and a Colorado Springs therapist at the center of the case is calling it a win for free speech.
I am overjoyed that today's decisive win for free speech, families, and common sense will protect counselors like me.
Kaylee Childs is a therapist in Colorado Springs. She was at the center of a case involving Colorado's ban on conversion therapy for kids. She argued it limited her free speech.
It's crucial that families have counseling options, including options that allow kids to genuinely talk about experiencing discomfort with their bodies without the state dictating an outcome.
Colorado's law passed in 2019, but the bill came up at the state capitol multiple times before then.
When I initially heard about the ruling today, I was really distraught and saddened.
Danae Escar says the intent was not to have an impact on speech, but to end a practice groups like the American Psychological Association call harmful.
The stories that we heard, electroshock therapy, a lot of harmful, different therapeutic techniques to actually get somebody to change their mindset and alter their mindset were being used on kids. We specifically made sure that the law was structured in a way that it did not stop conversations. Conversations can take place. It's when the actual act of conversion therapy came into the picture that we wanted to stop that dangerous practice.
The decision passed the court 8-1. Two of the court's more liberal justices sided with the majority. They argued if they upheld the ban on conversion therapy, it could also allow states to ban gender-affirming therapy.
We do think that this decision will lead to allowing Kaylee to be free.
Childs' attorney, Jim Campbell, says he believes this ruling will ultimately change how Childs operates as a counselor when addressing issues of gender and sexuality.
That was something that Kaylee wasn't engaging in, those conversations. She would shut them down because of this law. But now she's able to have those conversations. She's able to help those young people to achieve the goals that they've set for themselves.
The Supreme Court is now sending the case back to a lower court where it has asked it to apply strict scrutiny to the law. We'll follow up and let you know what happens. In Pueblo, Allison Zimmerman, News 5.
Thank you. Continuing our coverage tonight, a bill moving through Colorado's legislature could give new legal options to people who say they were harmed by conversion therapy. Senior reporter Megan Glova is in studio to explain. And Megan, the House bill would allow these people to sue licensed mental health providers.
It would, Diane, along with organizations or supervisors connected to sexual orientation or gender identity change efforts. Under the proposal, victims could seek damages for harm they suffered because of conversion therapy. The bill references a 2009 study that these change efforts are, quote, unlikely to be successful and involves risks like depression, suicide, and anxiety. There would also be no limitation on when a lawsuit can be filed. The bill recognizes that psychological effects may not surface until years later. Lawmakers comparing this to childhood sexual abuse. Now, two bill sponsors, Democratic Representative Alex Valdez of Denver and Karen McCormick of Longmont, shared a statement in response to today's ruling. It reads in part, "We are deeply disappointed in the U.S. Supreme Court ruling against Colorado's conversion therapy ban. We will say it loud and clear. Conversion therapy does not work. And many mental health and medical organizations agree that conversion therapy is ineffective and harmful." The bill heads back to the House tomorrow. In studio, Megan Glova, News 5.